come out to oppose the death penalty. Now, during an event in Nairobi ahead of the commemoration of the 21st World Day against the death penalty, the ICJ argues that the death penalty is a violation of the right to life.
Kenya will join other African countries tomorrow to commemorate the 21st World Day against death penalty on grounds that the law violates human rights, among them right to life.
You look at the violations of their rights, it is related to sexual and gender-based violence, psychological, physical, emotional, and even as economic, as Julie says. So there's a combination of rights violated. So in addition to what Julie is saying, we are also spotlighting that women's rights are increasingly being violated through this process of applying the death penalty. And that's why we're saying, let it be abolished.
ICJ leaders have a reason to smile after a bill against this law was presented to court by Minority Leader Opiyo Wandayi, which seeks to overthrow the law. 101 Kenyans currently serving under the penalty.
Access to justice is not necessarily guaranteed in the question of life sentences and death penalty, because you find that the persons who are currently within death row are persons who are poor, vulnerable and marginalized, who in some cases did not have access to legal representation, which is a core fundament in the question of fair trial rights. So people do not get access to advocates. And if you don't have a clear representation strategy, you end up being actually put in prison because you did not get the right legal defense. So there's actually a violation on your right to legal representation.
According to the data analysis, in 1987, the last death penalty eviction was carried out in Kenya. 99 men serving death penalty, 2 women serving death penalty. In a sampling of 1,672 Kenyans, 40% of Kenyans were in favor of the abolition, 10% did not know either way, and 51% were in favor of the retaining. Among the East African countries include Kenya, Ethiopia, Sudan, South Sudan, Somalia, and Uganda. While in 2019, 106 states abolished death penalty worldwide. Total number of 30 countries in Africa implement death penalty. Well, Kenya joins other African countries in the fight for abolishment of death penalty on grounds that this goes against the human rights, mentioning right to life as one of them. Led by the Minority Leader Opiyo Wandayi and the International Court Justice, they presented a petition that seeks to abolish this law. Maven Getembe, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Many thanks, Maven.